Overtime!
People keep asking me when I'm going to make the video where I reveal all of my tips and tricks for scoring awesome deals on all these classic arcade machines. And I've been promising it for a while, and it's not done yet, but I'm working on it. I haven't forgotten about it. But in this video, I'm going to kind of demonstrate one of my techniques. So one of the, and it's, I'm happy to give this one away as a spoiler. One of the things that you need to do that I always do in this hobby to score these awesome deals is make friends with other collectors. Make friends with other people who are in this hobby, network with them, and do favors for them, right? That's what friends do. Friends do favors for each other. You help me out, I help you out, and everyone benefits, right? Because you can't always be looking, you can't be looking on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, wherever, every second of every day. And also, you've got a geographic radius that you operate in. But if you have friends all across the country, they can help you out. They can find things, hook you up, that sort of thing. So that's what this video is all about. So one of my buddies, Jeremiah Jackson from opcorner on YouTube, he also does the Coin Jam podcast with me. He's into arcade games too, but he also likes other types of coin-operated machines, vending machines and redemption games. And he has a particular penchant for antique claw machines, like wooden claw machines from the era of like EM pinballs and even earlier. And he recently found an awesome one, like I think from the 30s in Pennsylvania, not too far away from me in Virginia. And I did him a favor because this was one that he had been, I think, looking for his entire collecting career. So I ran up to Pennsylvania. He sent me the money. I bought it for him. I brought it home, kept it for him, and we were going to figure out some sort of handoff at some point. And lo and behold, he found something close to him that I was interested in. So I'm looking at, he sent me this Facebook Marketplace post that I'm looking at, and the headline is empty arcade cabinet. So this is down in Kentucky, kind of near Jeremiah. And this guy is selling, he says, empty arcade cabinet projects, what you see is what you get. So we can look at some of these photos here. So here it is all these cabinets in the driveway in his neighborhood. He's got a Mortal Kombat 2 that it can been converted to Golden Tee. Okay, whatever. A couple photos of that. The side art's still there. He's got a Blitz cabinet. Okay. He's got a converted Taito. I've been looking for a Taito cabinet, right? In this sort of era, the post-Space Invaders, post-flat top sort of, I think people call it the classic Taito era. Missing a marquee, missing the monitor, the coin door's gone. It's clearly been converted. That looks maybe like Ninja Turtles, a 4-player game. But it's there, and he only wants $50 for it. So here's a side view. That's the classic Taito silhouette. So that's interesting to me, right? For $50, you can't really go bad. And Jeremiah, he's like, hey, I'll go get these for you. I'll hold on to them, and then we can make a handoff. We can basically trade when we meet up. And he gets there, so I say, sure, let's do it. So he gets there, and he's looking at the other cabinets, and the guy's got this. He's like, Jeremiah's like, do you want anything else? And not really, but hey, a joust for $50. I just restored a joust. Here it is, right here somewhere. Yeah, right there. I'm looking in a mirror. I've already got a joust, but for $50, and the side art is still intact. Empty cabinet. Sure, why not? So Jeremiah goes and grabs these 2 cabinets for me. That converted Taito cabinet and this empty joust, both empty cabinets. $50 each. Awesome deal. I don't know what I'm going to do with the joust, but that Taito is something that I am interested in. So Jeremiah goes there, he picks it up, and I'm really curious to figure out, what game was in this Taito originally. And, he looks and he can see a little bit of green poking through the black paint on the sides of the cabinet. And to me, that's a telltale sign of either Jungle King or Jungle Hunt. So Taito did a bunch of different games in these cabinets. They all have the same sort of Taito stencil side art, but each game had a slightly different color scheme. If you know the story of Jungle King and Jungle Hunt and how it was originally Jungle King and eventually changed to Jungle Hunt when the Tarzan IP holders got a little bit upset about how they might have been using that theme. But anyway, the green Taito cabinet means jungle king or jungle hunt. So anyway, Jeremiah picked him up for me, so we're gonna go meet him up. I'm gonna head down to middle of nowhere, West Virginia, kind of halfway in between where I am in Virginia and where he is in Kentucky. We decided to meet at this sort of roadside ice cream, and burger and hot dog place called Creamy Corner to make the handoff there. So through the magic of television, we're going to jump ahead. We're going to meet up in the parking lot, and we're going to start by moving these cabinets into my truck and this claw machine into his. So why don't we go and do that? Okay. Well, here we are in beautiful, where are we?
Burnsville, West Virginia.
Burnsville, West Virginia, home of Creamy Corner and former home of the 79er restaurant. And we got Jeremiah from Opcorner here, not to be confused with Creamy Corner. So Jeremiah, this is a beautiful antique claw machine, but what is this thing even called? What's the story behind it?
This would be called a carnival digger. It's styled after a digging piece of construction equipment.
Okay.
And a lot of these are designed to look like sort of the front of a boat that would have a crane attachment on it. As far as when it came out, the design from around the 30s, but this
30s. Okay.
But they made them later on.
Okay.
So this could be as late as the 50s or 60s. I would wager probably the mechanism and parts of the cabinets maybe like the 30s or 40s.
That's
then work
crazy.
has been done. Obviously, they didn't have. I don't think they had fluorescence in the 30s.
Or dot matrix printers or inkjet printers.
They were very ahead of their time.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
So not only is Jeremiah from Opcorner here, but someone else from Opcorner is here.
Oh, look at that. And what's the cat's name? Is what?
Molly.
Molly, a boy.
Mr. Molly.
Mr. Molly, and let's come in right here. Poor Molly has seen the taxidermist, it would appear. And we have some limited edition Opcorner fuses signed by Jeremiah himself saying it was just a fuse. So these will certainly come in handy. Oh, a low amp assortment. Okay.
There you go.
And also some goodies in there too that are maybe not safe for a PG audience.
Yes, but speaking of signing.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, and here are the two cabinets that I picked up over here. Even though that says Sega, that's obviously a joust cabinet. I didn't need another joust cabinet, but I can't pass up a deal. And then this is a Taito. It's been converted, and unfortunately the cabinet was cut up a little bit, but based on the paint job, we think it's probably a Jungle King or a Jungle Hunt, so that'll be coming up soon in restoration. What am I doing here? I would be happy to sign this.
Right there on the flat, right above the cigarette burn.
Right above the cigarette burn. I gotta think of something smart to say.
Do it.
Or, okay, I got an idea.
That's my second marquee, so.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh.
I think you'll like that.
That's awesome.
Nothing but lies. Look at that.
I'm glad I finally
Not
changed
true at all, but
I like how you went right into the cigarette.
It's a isometric or isomorphic or whatever it's called.
Great. You just can't tell where it's going.
Yeah, signature. So
I will put this in a safe place.
Right on. Okay, so I've got a couple of tired, moderately behaved children that I promised ice cream. So let me get some sugar into their system when we get back on the road, and see you back in the garage. Okay, and here we have both cabinets off the truck and in my garage at home, and you can see a little note here from Jeremiah saying, subscribe to opcorner. And yeah, if you haven't done that, be sure to give him, throw a subscription his way, subscribe to his channel. But yeah, why don't we rip off this, I don't know what these are, mattress bags or something like that, and see what's going on inside here. All right, I really haven't taken a close look at these things. You might have noticed these kind of hiding in the background for the past several months in my garage. It's been definitely several months since I picked these up, and you know, Jeremiah and I were planning to do some kind of, I don't know, crossover. I'm just gonna grab scissors. I'm not gonna reuse these bags. So yeah, Jeremiah and I were originally planning on doing some kind of channel crossover event, you know, simultaneously releasing videos on each other's channels, kind of with both sides of this pickup. But I got, you know, caught up with other things, and he got caught up with other things. I guess there's a new, whoa, what is that? A new special somebody in his life. So he's a little bit preoccupied, but I'm sure if we apply enough peer pressure, we can convince him to make some more videos, but I don't know. All right, he wrapped it all the way around, which I guess I appreciate, but I can't imagine these bags are cheaper than the Harbor Freight shrink wrap stuff. Okay, oh, we got a bunch of wood debris. Put that over here. So yeah, there's our our empty joust cabinet, as if I needed another one. I can see some stuff we're missing already. Bottoms are a little bit chewed up. There's some weird water damage spot like on top of the cabinet. We'll take a closer look at all this soon, but I think I've already cut off the bottom of this one, and I should just be able to slide it off, maybe. Now let me cut it off. I'm gonna put my scissors. And this obviously is the one that I'm more interested in, this Taito cabinet. And over the past months since I've had this thing sitting here, I've been slowly collecting parts for it. I can maybe show you some of them. So I don't know what I'm doing with this extra joust cabinet. If you're looking for one, hey, I think it's in better shape than what I started with the joust cabinet that I recently restored earlier this year, or finished earlier this year. All right. Okay, we got some issues going on here that we're going to have to address, but let's take a look at what we've got here. So first, let's look at the joust. Obviously, this had been converted. I believe that's Shinobi labels there. Jump, Ninja Magic, yeah, some Shinobi game. Yeah, there's just not much there. We've got the coin chute tubes and the lower coin door, but the upper coin door is missing. The side art is, you know, in reasonably good shape. Obviously, there's a layer of dirt here, but you know, the actual stencil on this side is pretty intact. We've got some you know, typical damage down here at the bottom. Cabinets chewed up a little bit, just like mine was. And this is sort of the, whoa, this is that strange water damage spot that I mentioned. I think the top panel might be particle board, and just this one bubble here. I don't know if a little bit of moisture was enough to kind of raise it up there, but yeah. So probably would want to sand down the top to restore it. Yeah, here we have a Sega sticker. It says Sega license for Shinobi. It says, yeah, license number 29967, obviously for Shinobi. We've got a Shinobi FCC sticker here. Yeah, lots of stuff here has been removed clearly. No monitor. We've got a partial JAMA harness. Some random hardware down here in the bottom. Bungee cable. So yeah, pretty empty cabinet. I don't know if we can see what the original serial number was. I don't know if that's accurate. 83048. Let's see if we can come around to the front and see if it's embossed or etched into the front. Yeah, here it is. We got it right here. If you can see that, 613175, it looks like was the original serial number for this joust. On the left side, again, the artwork's there. I don't know, hopefully that's not mold. Oh, I don't know. It's not mold, but this is all, I think, worn off. So the side art on this side, nowhere near as good as the other side. And again, a bit chewed up down there at the bottom. So maybe I overpaid for this thing, but hey, if somebody's looking for a challenge, a little damage down there at the front. If someone's looking for a challenge and wants to bring a joust cabinet back to life, hey, you know where to find me. There we go. But this is what I'm much more interested in. So this is a Taito cabinet, obviously, serial number 145690. You can see green, and I don't think that's mold of any kind. We have a, oh, look at that, a Mississippi tax sticker up there from 1984 and a 1983 one in yellow underneath it. Inspection sticker here with a date that's long gone. The back door is intact, which is fantastic. The side art's been painted over, and you know, Taito cabinets of this generation had a sort of generic Taito stencil in different colors, you know, and so Jungle King and Jungle Hunt were green. And in a couple of spots, like right here, you do see some green poking through, so I'm pretty confident this is a Jungle King or a Jungle Hunt. Here we go on this side. So I want to take the black paint off and see what we're dealing with. I don't know if we've got the original stencils in decent enough shape. You know, you can still see more green poking through here. But it'd be great if I don't have to re-stencil this. So yeah, and like at a certain angle, maybe you can kind of see this is the Taito. So yeah, we've got the stencils underneath here. The question is, are we, oh, and there's some damage right there. Are we going to be able to strip the paint off in a way that allows us to recover the side art? And trying to get the light at the right angle here to see it here, but on this side, but the light's not cooperating. Up at the top, we've got our, whoa. Up at the top, we've got our marquee box, which is shockingly in nice shape, pretty clean. And rather than having a fluorescent bulb for the marquee light, sort of like how Pac-Man did it, Taito used just a series of, I don't know, almost like coin door bulbs or pinball bulbs, and we've just got one missing here, but all the wiring is here, so that's actually pretty great. Obviously no monitor, no bezel, but our biggest issue is right here. This is not correct. They cut into, unfortunately, the sides of the cabinet. So there's like supposed to be a piece here that's been cut. This is supposed to like sort of curl down. So we're gonna have to fix that. They did it on both sides, so we're gonna have to, get a biscuit joiner and do something there. You know, coin doors missing. Let me actually show you this. I've got the control panel that they had used to for this conversion, and you'll notice it pretty quickly what it actually is. But here's the control panel that they threw on this thing. And yeah, here we go. Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo. This was converted to a Ninja Turtles. Probably a bootleg, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's legit Ninja Turtles conversion control panel art, but yeah. And somebody built this control panel. I don't think it's factory. Obviously, these are not the right joysticks for Ninja Turtles. Only 2 of them have dust washers. The other ones don't. But yeah, so not that is not that is not Jungle King or Jungle Hunt controls. So yeah, we got to figure out what we're gonna do. Like I said, probably get a biscuit joiner and cut new pieces here and do our best to, you know, repair that. And let's see, yeah, that even extend like the artwork, the lines of the artwork go into that. So maybe we can tape it and repaint it by hand. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're missing 1/2 of the, like there's a bracket here for the monitor, but we're missing it over on this side. I might actually have another bracket like this though. We do, however, have some kind of hardware inside of the cabinet. Right here there is a box with a interlock switch, and let's turn around, see if we can open this thing. Oh man, let's see. I don't have a key, but I don't know if that's going to be a problem. Let me get in there and take that bolt off. Oh, okay, it's being blocked by the bottom there. There we go. All right, we'll spin it around. And we'll take a look at what little remains in here. It's not nothing, but yeah, what am I going to do with this to keep this from binding up the door? Maybe like that. There we go. That'll do for now. So let's see what we've got going on in here. Starting up at the top, I guess this is wiring for speakers. There's one speaker here. Is there supposed to be a second speaker on this side? I don't know, you guys tell me. There's some wiring here, but this looks like power. I don't know, is there supposed to be another speaker on this side? Inside here, we've got wiring coming down from that for the light and the speaker. It's been cut down here. Coming around, we've got some loose carriage bolts. And I don't know, is that for something for the monitor? I'm not sure. We do have the sort of tracks here for the bezel on both sides, which is good because that would be hard to find. There is somebody supposedly reproducing the shroud, the plastic shroud for the monitor. So hopefully we'll be able to get one of those. We've got another interlock switch here. We've got a switching power supply. This is not original to the cabinet. We do have an isolation transformer. We do have some sort of fuse box over here. We've got another fuse box of some sort going on right here. I don't know where that's supposed to go. I haven't really taken a look at the schematics for this, but yeah, we don't have the original power supply. Obviously, we do have a plug, but yeah, we've got some stuff here. Again, I don't really know where this is. What is even this supposed to be? It's just a... Oh, that has the line filter inside of there, and a fuse. There is a power switch up here, because the power switch is underneath the front of the cabinet, so that's what that is. So that's good. We've got some wiring here coming off of the transformer, and some more over here. So yeah, that's basically what we've got going on inside of the cabinet. What's this? Let's see, some wood, some dust bunnies, some random bits and bobs of hardware. We've got a Sharpie marker and some bolts and stuff, washers. But yeah, not much to start from with this cabinet. But yeah, you know, there's something here, right? Is this, are these worth 50 bucks each? I don't know. The thing that's really killing me is how they cut the sides of the cabinet to put that 4-player Turtles control panel on. Oh, and it's like not even a clean cut right here. My goodness. It's like they used a Sawzall or something and just did it by hand. So I think what we'll need to do is square off those cuts on either side, make them as even as possible, measure and cut some replacement wood to go on here, and do our best to bond to it. I don't think these bolts are original. I think these were added for this block here to support the control panel. I don't think this is not original, obviously. So yeah, we're gonna have to rebuild that as best we can, blend it in, figure out what to do with the side art. But you know, what I want to do is see if we can recover, you know, strip the black paint off both sides, see if we can recover the side art. Again, we try to get in the light here. I can see a tack sticker has been painted over, or some kind of sticker, and I can see the outline, and it looks so nice and sharp there of the Taito stencil. So we're going to try to strip the paint off. The one thing I'm worried about though is, you can see right here, these sides are made of particle board. So unlike the multipack and the joust that I did previously, where I used isopropyl alcohol and paper towels and all that to strip off the black paint, those were plywood cabinets, right? And so a little bit better quality, and not as prone to absorbing moisture. And if we look at the bottom of the cabinet, this thing, looks pretty dry. It really doesn't look, I mean, there's a little bit of swelling, at the bottoms, but really not that much, Usually particle board cabinets have a lot more water damage than this. So, when I lay this on its side, yeah, there's some, I don't know what you want to call that. That's not water damage, it's like pressure damage, like it's been squeezed. I'm worried about the isopropyl like wicking into the wood, or into the particle board, and expanding it. So I got to figure out some sort of way to seal that maybe, and keep the paper towels away from these raw edges here. But yeah, let me get this set up to strip the paint off, and we'll give it a crack. Maybe this is a mistake, right? Maybe I'm going to regret this, and it'll just wick into that particle board and expand and just ruin the cabinet. But, I think that's my best bet. I don't want to, I mean, maybe I'll take a crack a little bit first at just doing it by hand. If I can get, just with a magic eraser and some isopropyl, if I can really start getting it to come off by hand, maybe I'll just do the whole thing by hand rather than my paper towel and saran wrap trick. But that would likely be an absolute ton of work, because I'd have to do the front panel too. But I'd rather, let me see how easy it'll be to take this off. There are some places here where the paint is clearly, pretty thin. So yeah, why don't I do that real quick? I'll do some tests with the magic eraser and isopropyl, and see if that works, and see how easy that's going to be versus, doing the paper towel and saran wrap trick. So let me go try that, and I'll show you how it goes. All right, here's what it's looking like. After about 6 hours of labor, and I think at least a dozen magic erasers, this is what the cabinet is looking like. And yeah, I started out just really by testing the magic eraser and isopropyl alcohol technique, and it started working, and I just kept going. So yeah, confirmed to be either a jungle king or a jungle hunt. We can see even down here, it's kind of beat up a little bit, copyright. 1981, Taito America Corporation. We've got plenty of dings and, you know, some damage coming up here, a bunch of spots, some scratches here, a little bit of scratched graffiti and more scratches up here, but yeah, I'd say at least 95% intact, which is pretty good. So I'm going to have to replicate that effort on the front kick panel and the other side of the cabinet. And again, try to repair this damage somehow. You know, first I was thinking I could get away with wooden dowels and just sort of drill maybe 3 holes per side. And you know, put dowels in there and replace that wood, but I don't think there's any way I could line it up so that I can insert those dowels in at those angles. So I'm probably going to have to finally break down and get a biscuit joiner and do it that way, because I think I can slide them in with a biscuit joiner, but that's not going to be much fun to do that. You know, so the good news is though is that there are plans available online for folks who like to build these cabinets from scratch. So I went to classicarcadecabinets.com and printed out this piece of paper, this sort of portion of those plans to scale. And so yeah, if you get a sense here of it's going to kind of look like that a little bit. So I'll have to, you know, cut it and shape it. But that's basically what we'll be looking to replace on the cabinet. But yeah, that'll be coming up in a future episode at some point. But yeah, that was a lot of work, so I got to figure out maybe a different technique in the future. I was looking at some, you know, drill attachments to hold on to magic erasers and sort of do it that way. And I am very much glad that I didn't use the isopropyl trick, just because I saw an older video from Ron from Joe's Classic Video Games where you know, even cleaning this the side panel with like Windex, you know, into these scratches. The Windex would make the particle board expand and bubble up. And also, it's actually our newest Overtime Arcade channel member, Arcade Restore Noob. He's got a video coming up, and he shared some previews of it on Discord, where he tried the. He's working on restoring a jungle hunt that had been converted to Rygar. He's restoring it to a Rygar. He used the paper towel and a saran wrap technique, and he got some really bad bubbling again from this super cheap and super absorbent particle board. So a lot of work. Like I said, this took the better part of a day, but I think it came out okay. You know, the Taito stencil looks pretty sharp. We got some damage, but we can touch that up. You know, we're going to have to, you know, get some matching paint when we do this repair so we can touch up the rest of the cabinet there. I think I'm going to take the whole cabinet to a paint store and get it color matched. But yeah, and so like I mentioned, I have been collecting the parts that I would need to restore this cabinet over the you know, intervening months since I picked up this thing. And you know, even though it's you know, I think impossible to tell if this was originally a jungle hunt or a jungle king. Yeah, I've even heard you can't tell by the serial numbers. I've decided that I am going to restore this to a jungle king, just because the artwork for jungle king, in my opinion, and I think it's pretty objective, is a million times better than the jungle hunt artwork, which is a bit more generic. So off of Clove user Curtis LV426, I got a working complete jungle king board set right there, which is great. I got, I can't remember where I got this from, maybe Clove, maybe eBay, a jungle king control panel. Obviously it's not populated. I'm gonna have to replace the CPO, but the control panel I've got at least. And I believe off of eBay, I got this Jungle King original marquee in pretty good condition. There's a little bit of scratching, but I think good enough to put onto a cabinet. You know, like I've held it up to the light, and you can see, you know, some scratches poking through. Maybe you can't with the camera. Yeah, see on Tarzan's six-pack right there. Definitely not Tarzan. Definitely not Tarzan. But yeah, so I think this will be a fun little restoration project that we'll do over the coming months. But yeah, the next big thing to knock out is repairing the cabinet and painting it and trying to match everything. I'm going to need a ton of internals. I think I'm going to go the JAMA route with this. I'll get a new switching power supply. I've got a JAMA harness. I can get a JAMA adapter. I am going to use the original board, but rather than trying to track down or an original or reproduction Jungle King harness, I will hook up this Jungle King board set to a jam adapter and kind of go that route, just because it's a lot cheaper, a lot quicker than trying to track down that stuff. But yeah, you know, this doesn't have a monitor. I do have some spare monitors, so I'll pick one to throw in here. Not sure exactly which one, but yeah, we need a coin door, we need lots of little things, and obviously to repair that the cut sides, but should be a lot of fun. And so that's something to look forward to over the coming months. We can work on this over the winter. But yeah, if this is your first time, thank you for coming to Overtime Arcade. Hit that subscribe button if you never want to miss one of my episodes. I release new full-length videos basically every Sunday. I sometimes throw a short here and there in between. I've got a monthly podcast that I do with some fellow content creator friends of mine. Our next one is coming up pretty soon. We're going to have a special guest. That should be a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button like Ron and Joe always say on Joe's Classic Video Games. I didn't have to make this video for you, so if you liked it, tell me about it. Hit that like button. That like button really does help me out, and it helps YouTube to know to recommend videos like this to people like you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you've got some recommendations on how I can repair this or where to find the parts that I need. And yeah, if you really, really like what I'm doing, also consider becoming an Overtime Arcade paid channel member. For just $1.99 a month, which is less than 7 cents a day, you can support the channel. You get access to an exclusive bunch of perks, like a monthly members only live stream, which is a lot of fun, our private members only Discord server, which is super active, and you get early access to all new videos. So this video will be released to the public on Sunday, but Overtime Arcade channel members have been watching it since Saturday. So yeah, click that join button down below to learn more about that. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it here, wrap it up. This has been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this project quite a bit. And yeah, hopefully you are too. So with that, I'm Charlie. You've been watching Overtime Arcade, and I'll see you next time.
Overtime!